service day, and it's pretty chaotic right now. Oh God. I'm a little nervous because even though this person was older, it looks like a lot of gang members are here. So this time I'm not going to the cemetery though, guys. I'm traumatized. So I'm not going to the cemetery this time. So that's why I drove my own car. I didn't ride in the hearse. I didn't ride in the hearse. I was like, no, you go to the cemetery. I got John with me today, so. Oh God, so it's, what time is it? I don't even know, because I'm on my phone. So it's after 12, I know, and the service was supposed to start at 12. We give our families an hour and a half for their service. Hour and a half, and that saves them from going into overtime. We try to save them from going into overtime with the limos and the escorts and stuff, but it looked like they're gonna go into overtime. I'm already knowing. It's a lot of people here, and we can't control, because it's not one of our facilities, so we can't control the ins and outs or how many people are allowed in the facility and all of that, and it's just a little nerve-wracking, and it's a little scary. So me and my team, we're just gonna stay out of the facility as much as possible until we have to be in there. We're still waiting on the main person to get here, and it's after the time. I don't understand, but stuff happens, and this is the life. For you know, when we pull out these programs, everybody gonna want one.
I gotta give them to the teacher people. She told me go ahead and give it to them. So don't pull them out, just give it to them, and I tell them they're not being delivered yet. That's all. You know, I ain't got no problem with that.
You said don't pull them out?
Take out 5.
You just said don't pull them out.
Yeah, open it up. I don't want everybody to see they in the car.
Yep, I'm a G. You better put that in your coat or something.
I'm trying to hold on to everything.
They like gold here at these services, y'all. These programs. And then as soon as the service is over, you find them on the pews or on the ground, and all. It's just crazy. But they be fighting over these programs. And the family, of course, did not make enough, because it's a lot of people here. It's over 100 people here, and I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy, because I have been trying to be careful. I have an 88-year-old grandmother that is not doing well, and I want God's will to be done. I don't even want to say it. Never mind. I don't want to talk about it. This morning I was a little disappointed. I had to go and pick up the flowers. The flowers that go on top of the casket that we offer our families. And when I went to pick up the flower, I didn't have the flowers were not ready. That's number one. And I ordered the flowers a week ago. It's just really hard to find good vendors. And I've been through, I don't know how many, but it's just really hard to find good vendors. That's timely, that's responsive, that's communicates well. It's just really hard. So this is a new vendor. This is my second time using her, and the flowers were not ready, and I was not happy. So that was number one. Number two, I rushed to the mortuary, thinking that I needed to make some changes on my loved one before we closed the casket and loaded him into the hearse. I said, hold on, guys, don't load him up, because they were going to get him loaded. So by the time I got there, all we had to do was just pack up and leave. But I said, no, I have to fix. Remember, I had to change his hat, and I had to trim his mustache. So when I got there, that's all I thought I was going to have to do. You guys, No. Oh God. He had I had to fix his eye. His eye on this side was not good, and I was not happy. So I was like, what happened between the time that they came to approve him on Friday and now? What happened? So I had to hurry up and go into fix-it mode. Yes, ma'am.
So you're the funeral home, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what time we gonna leave out here?
We supposed to leave here at 1:30.
And then will be done by 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock?
No.
What do you mean?
I mean, will this be done by 4 o'clock today?
It's with us. It's long before 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Cause I got to do the work at 5, and I just looked at my phone and it said 5 minutes after 12.
No.
I told my pastor I came to school at my church, but
yeah, no. I don't know where the repass is, but I know.
I'm not going there.
Oh,
I just want to go to
the cemetery. We supposed to be at the cemetery by 2 o'clock.
By
so,
2?
Yeah.
And then that'll be another hour there?
No. It should only be another like 20 minutes there, if that. Yeah.
Okay.
4 o'clock. People raising their voices and stuff, y'all. I got PSTD. It's official. I got PSTD. Because, listen, people raising their voices and all this stuff, getting loud or yelling, I'm traumatized from that incident. I am traumatized. I keep looking around because it's some gang members here, y'all. And it's the other side this time. It's the blue side this time. And I'm like, Jesus. So I had to fix his woosah. Yeah, so I had to do that. And I just prayed. I just said, Lord, please, when I open the casket, please, Lord, please work out a miracle to where he looks great. And no one's complained or said anything, so I thank God for that. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, Jesus. Okay. All this yelling and commotion. Oh, they're trying to get the okay, so the main family has just arrived. They've just arrived, so now we can start. But I just pray that everything goes well. I pray that we have a beautiful service for this loved one, and that everyone is respectful, cooperative, and to God be the glory. Pray for us. By this time, it'll be said and done, but I mean, by the time you guys see it, but I'm taking deep breaths because I'm always nervous on service days. But all right, I'll come back. Guys, let me show you why I don't like having services at facilities that's not contracted through us. And it's 10 times more than this. I don't want to show or be obvious, so it's a lot. And it's a lot more in the actual facility. And the facility is pretty large. It holds, I would say it holds about 400 people. But yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm taking a small little break, y'all. When I say these programs are like gold at services, they act like it's like the lottery. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I've strategically planned when I'm gonna pull out the programs when the family give them to me, because if they're not here already for us to pass out as the people go in, it's not good. So I just wait until everyone is seated, and then I go and get the programs, and then we go in there and pass them out. But it don't matter. I don't care. Grown people, y'all, grown people be bum rushing us. Like, the pews are long, so some people are seated like way far off. So when I was passing them out, they were getting up, coming, interrupting the service. You guys, like, calm down. We're coming to you. Calm down. It's okay. Oh my God. So then I'm passing them out, right? And I already know. I feel eyes on me. I see. When I pass them out, I count the people that's on the pew, and I hand it to the person on the end, and I say, pass them down. Now, if it don't make it to everybody, that ain't on me. It's not on me. But they like snapping their fingers and just disrupting the service. Like, it is crazy. So I'm just like, I just act like I don't hear or see, and I just put blinders on and I focus, because the family didn't have I already told you, they didn't have that many programs. They didn't have enough for all these people that's here. And then so I get to the end, like the last pew, and there was some people rushing behind the pew, right? And I said, just a minute, I'm passing them out. And then one of the ladies gonna snap at me and say, listen, this is my such and such. I help pay for these programs. And I'm like, man, I'm just doing my job. I just said, listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm passing them out. I mean, oh my God. And then so she snatched it when I gave her one. She snatched it from me and walked away and was mumbling something. I'm like, y'all, it's just not that serious. It is really not that deep. It really isn't. Because if you are somebody of authority or somebody important in the family, I would have been told, make sure you give this person. I was only told certain people to make sure to give it to. She was not a part of that. So, oh my God, sorry, your name was not on the list. And then when I told one of the immediate family members what was said, she said, and nobody helped us pay for these programs. What is? I was like, well, that's what I was just told. Yeah, and then another issue is, now, it's a whole lot of people here, and there's a lot of people not wearing no masks. So we was not letting people into the sanctuary without a mask. So we made an announcement when the family was lining up. We need you to line up. We're already late, already behind. So please line up in an orderly fashion. And please put on your mask. If you do not have a mask on, you will not enter the facility. And so we was like, oh, we can't go in? No. There is literally a sign on the doors that say no mask, no entry. What do you think that means? So, they were like, y'all don't have any extra masks? Now, that's not on us. You guys, let me make it clear to y'all. That's not on us to provide people masks, especially when it's a facility that's not one of our contracted facilities. We don't carry masks around for everybody. That's an added expense, you guys. This pandemic, that's an added expense for us. Like, come on now. No. So we already have to make sure we have Kleenex just for the immediate family. And that's another thing. The Kleenex that we provide is only for the immediate family. That's all we're supposed to tend to and cater to, is the immediate family. Please understand that. But when we do, because we do still go around and make sure that everyone has clean, but we go to the immediate family and the pallbearers first. And people be like, you can't see me, just give me a minute. I'll be right. I'll make my way to you. They just be having attitude. Just so crazy. I had some extra masks. At first they was asking, and I was like, no, we don't have any extra masks. But I forgot that I had extra masks in my car that I just keep in my car because I don't be wanting to be caught slipping. So I just gave them some of my masks to pass out to people that didn't have a mask. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that though, because we are still in a pandemic. I don't understand why you don't have a mask. We've been wearing a mask for over a year now. What the heck? I think I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live probably. I don't want to go live and then no, I'm gonna go ahead and go live. I'm gonna go live right now. Let's do this. It is total chaos out here, y'all. Total chaos. Now, I done told my driver to get his butt in the car. Y'all see the hearse back there? I done told him to get in the car because once he gets in the car and he rolls off, the hearse leaves, then everybody else will leave. They will hurry up and leave. But he out there, he's doing stuff that he ain't got no business doing. Look at him. Look at him. Can y'all see him back there? Get in the car. Man. We got the escorts in the street. We got all these people holding up traffic. Oh my God. I don't know what he's doing. Look at all this, y'all.
All right, baby. Just pull straight ahead.
She said, come on. I had to wait because the driver was out there. Yeah, I had to wait. So I wasn't planning on coming on camera today because it's just one of them days for me. I just had to come on here and vent just for a minute. I know there's a lot of you that are so interested in this industry, and I definitely want to encourage you to make sure that it's something that you really want to do, that you have a strong passion for, because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. I created this checklist, this clothing intake checklist that I have everyone to fill out or complete when a family brings in the clothing and everything for their loved one. Sorry, my eye is itching. So, you know, it looks like this. And so they're able to check off everything that they bring. Over here is the lady side, this is the men's side. I probably should have just combined it, but whatever. So they're able to just check off everything that the family brings in and have them to sign the bottom that everything that they brought. And there is no signature on here. I'm just seeing a flaw today in my system, and I'm just gonna have to talk to this counselor because so they came in to pick up like everything, like their mom's cremains and death certificates and stuff like that, right? They requested that we retrieve all jewelry off of her before she's cremated, which great, no problem, we could do that. And Miss Beverly, my mother, made sure that she did that. And she brought the jewelry to me, and I made sure that I wrote on there who it was for and sealed it up. And yeah, so they came today to pick up, and the son was naming off the things because he had his sister on the phone, and he was naming off the jury. And then that he was like, okay, so we have this, we have that, we have that. He was like, but I don't see a ring. And I'm thinking, a ring? And first of all, I couldn't remember this case specifically, this loved one. I couldn't remember this one. I mean, we do so many to where I having to really remember one specific one on the spot is kind of difficult for me sometimes. So I was like, a ring? And then he was like, so yeah, the ring is missing. So what did you guys do with the ring? And I'm like, sir, we didn't do anything with the ring. If there was a ring, then all I could think of is that she missed taking it off of her. And I can hear the daughter say, well, there was a ring on her finger, so they must have kept it. Y'all, we don't do that. We're not in the business of stealing from our loved ones. That's so insulting. It's such a freaking slap in the face. Like, I'm just like sitting there, and he was like, yes, so you guys took it. And I said, sir, if anything, it was taken off. She missed taking it off. And she must have been cremated with it, which I was thinking in my head that can't be the case, because our crematorium would have took it off and gave it to him. Gave it to us. So I'm thinking, it can't be the case. So as soon as they left, because that was difficult, it was really hard, I just apologized, even though I didn't know what I was apologizing for, didn't know if there was an apology to be had or whatever. I just was like apologizing just for whatever, the inconvenience, I don't know. But I was not aware of the situation. Wasn't thinking of the case. Like, I didn't know specifically who it was. So I immediately, when he left, I immediately came in the back and I pulled her folder, her file. And upon pulling the file, I was like, you know what? I need to look for her checklist, her clothing intake checklist, because on here it says, where is it? It says jury right here. And the person that did the intake checked it off, but they didn't specify what jury it was. And on the back, they could do that. They could specify on the back, or even in that small section next to where it says jury. They're supposed to write down what specifically was given to them. Supposed to say a heart-shaped necklace. A necklace with a heart-shaped pendant, or earrings, round earrings, or whatever. They're supposed to be specific, because of stuff like this, families will be so quick to say to blame you for anything that's missing. So that's why, to cover ourselves, that's why they're supposed to fill this out completely, and she did not. So I'm definitely gonna have a word with the counselor on that, but that did the intake. So, but then I got to thinking, y'all, I was like, well, before then, I called Miss Beverly, my mom, and I said, Mom, they're saying that there was a ring that was supposed to be given back to them. And she said, there wasn't a ring. She said, I took off all of her jewelry and gave it back to you. She said, I would have remembered a ring, of course. I mean, she said, I checked thoroughly. She said, I didn't miss anything. She had on a bracelet that I had to take off her wrist, so I would have seen a ring. And she said, so there was no ring. And I said, I didn't think so either. I said, because now that I'm thinking about it, I remember cosmetizing her. I'm the one that cosmetized her. And she was the last female that I cosmetized. So I was like, it's been only guys after that. So I'm like, I said, I remember her. And I don't remember a ring either. I said, because I'm the one that put her jewelry on her. And I don't remember a ring at all. And then I went further in processing, but the whole situation. I said, I have it on video. She's one of the ones that I cosmetized on video, on camera. Y'all, I went back to my footage. There's no ring. No ring. And if there was supposed to be a ring, I would think that they would have said that at the time that they viewed her, at the 3-hour viewing that they had of her, at the when her loved one came and approved her for viewing. I would think that they would have pointed that out. Oh, she's missing a ring or whatever. But what I'm still upset about is that the person that did the checklist intake did not specify what jury was provided to us, so that way I can go back and look and say, no, you signed the bottom, and right here it says, it doesn't say that there was a ring given to us. I could have easily been able to do that, but they did not specify anything. So, and they did not get the family to sign the bottom. So that's a no-no. But I do have proof, because I do have her on videotape, where showing that she didn't have a ring on her finger at all. I try not to focus too much on the loved one when I'm videotaping. So the camera was just moving around and around. I was like, oh my gosh, focus on her. And I'm like, oh my God. So I did get one little section where I did focus on, it wasn't on her, it was on the background, but she was like right there. So I was like, oh my God. And I'm looking, there's no ring. So I know that was a very long way of explaining or saying that, it's just very important that you have your counselors follow the process that you have in place. Because if my counselor would have followed that process, I wouldn't have had to do all of this. I wouldn't have had to go through all of this to prove our innocence. You know what I mean? I was so freaking insulted, though. I was just like, are you kidding me? Seriously. Are you kidding me? That's such a slap in the face. I've had another family recently accuse us of overcharging her for her loved one, because he was of a larger size. You guys, I'm gonna have an expert come on and explain this to you, but I'm gonna try to explain it to you in layman's terms, because I'm not real technical with this. I don't know all the lingo. But when person passes away, and when they pass away in a hospital, let me tell you something. The hospital will weigh the person when they come in. They do not weigh when they go out. So if you walking out of there, or if you are being carried out of there, and or if you pass away, is what I'm saying, they don't weigh you. They don't weigh you. So a lot of times, like, we'll call the hospital and we'll try to get the weight of the deceased before we go pick up. And when we get there, they'll tell us a weight, and we're like, oh, okay, no problem. Then when we get there, we're like, oh my God, this person does not look like they're such and such pounds. They have to be bigger than that. And that's because, yes, they weigh them when they get there, but they don't weigh them when they go out. So they could be a lot bigger, depending upon what they passed away from, or how long they've been deceased. It's a number of things that can play into why the remains, they get bigger. But in this particular case, he did get bigger. And we did not pick him up right away, because he was originally scheduled to be one of our county PA cases. When what that means is we were contracted by the hospital to process him to the morgue, because they could not find family. But they ended up finding family, and when they found the family, by the time, I mean, I can't remember. By the time we picked him up, because we didn't pick him up right away, he went to the holding facility, which was at the coroner's office. So he went from the hospital to the holding facility at the coroner's office. And by the time we picked him up, he was oversized, or what we consider to be oversized. And so we had to charge her a little bit more because we were not gonna eat that cost. So, and we always specify in the email that if they turn out to be oversized, it's a possibility of I give them a price range of how much more it would cost them. So he was of a larger size, but we didn't even charge her full price. We discounted it out and made it a reasonable price. But do you know, she is calling and harassing us and saying that she feels that we took advantage of the situation because the pandemic. We know that you guys y'all did not, what did she say? Y'all made money during the pandemic, and then for you to take advantage of us. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Take advantage? Taking advantage would have been, I'm gonna charge you full price. I'm not gonna give you no discount. I'm gonna charge you full price. Does that sound like somebody that's taking advantage if I'm giving you a large discount? Like, I don't have to do that. I didn't have to do that, especially around the pandemic times. People were charging more money because of the fact that there was a surge, there was a need, there was a huge need. What? Okay, somebody's sending me messages. So anyway, there was a huge need, so we could have took advantage of that, clearly, because of the fact that there was so many funeral homes that were full, that people were calling, and we were getting so many calls around that time, like a whole bunch of other funeral homes. But I felt like that people were desperate. People were totally desperate. They were like, you know what? We don't really, I'm sure they was like, they didn't really want to come here, but it's like, look, this is the last resort. We have to, you know what I mean? I'm not to say like that. I mean, but I'm just saying, because we're humble in size. So when people look at that, even though we can do we can do better work than a whole lot of these other places, but they don't look at that. They look at, you know, where we're located or whatever. But we could have took advantage of the situation, but we did not. We did not at all. We're not in the business to take advantage of people. And I was upset that I had to go up on the price for cremations, but I had to do it because the crematoriums did it. All the crematoriums went up. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have to go up. We're gonna have to go up in price because we don't have a choice. So, anyways, yeah, she accused us of taking advantage and said we overcharged her. And I'm just like, ma'am, there's no way that my brother gained an additional 30 pounds after he passed away and this and that. I said, ma'am, you just don't understand what happens to the human body after death occurs. And it's okay. It's not for you to understand, but I'm trying to explain it to you. But you insulting me is you know, it's so uncalled for. It's so uncalled for. So our crematorium did confirm that he was in fact the weight that we said that he was. And anyways, she probably feels a kind of way because she can get COVID relief money because he was COVID case. And that's another thing. A lot of the COVID cases, body did blow up. A lot of our COVID cases, I'm just like, oh my God, they bodies blew up. So I don't, you know, it just frustrates me when people, excuse me, they don't understand the industry, they don't understand the business. And I get it. I mean, it's not for people to understand, but when we're trying to explain it to you and you're not trying to hear us, you're just, thinking that we're whatever. They just saying whatever because they want to rip me off. They want my, dude, if that was the case, I wouldn't be here. Trust and believe. I wouldn't be here. I would have me a nice building, I would be, driving a really nice car, living in a really nice house, if I was in the business of taking advantage of people and ripping them off. Don't you think we would have grown a whole lot faster if that was what we were doing? I mean, I'm saying, because people that are out there doing it, they grow really fast. And I'll be like, God, I don't understand. And I know I'm not supposed to look at other people and be envious, but I'm just like, I don't understand. We're trying to do everything right and be legit and obey the law, the rules. And these people that don't care about the law, the rules, or whatever, they just, they're in it to win it and make money. And they look like they're just growing and able to get new buildings, get new this, do that. And I'm just like, really? So, yeah, it's a slow climb because of the fact that we're trying to do it right. And we're not trying to rip off nobody. We're not trying to take advantage of anybody. We're not in the business of lying to people or getting over on people. Yeah. I just had to get on here and vent for a minute. I mean, because not only am I dealing with the stress of that and dealing with not feeling well, I haven't been feeling well it's been some time now, a few weeks. I just haven't been feeling great. I've been having some semi good days, not really good days. It's just I've been off a lot as far as my body and my health, and some days are worse than others. Like right now, I just really don't feel good, and I really want to go home and lay down. I have work to do, and not only that, Miss Beverly left because my grandmother is not doing good. And listen, I'm in this industry, and not only that, I grew up in the church. I know. So I understand that we're not going to live forever. I mean, I get that. My grandmother is 88 years old. If God willing, she'll be 89 on the 10th of May, just in a few weeks. But she has not been doing well lately, and I know that the time is coming. I know it. I was really hoping to see my grandmother make it to her 90s. I wanted my grandmother to make it to a lot of things, of course. I mean, selfishly, wanted her to be able to see me actually get married someday. Having her see me have kids was another thing, but I kind of checked that one off the list. But wanted her to see me get my dream house and my new building and just a lot of things that I just wanted her to be able to see before she left. But I know that it's coming, and we're all just trying to get prepared for it. It's really hard. It's really sad. I mean, I know she's older, and it's the inevitable. I get it. It's just hard, guys. It's just hard. So while we're trying to take care of other families and make sure that they're okay, sometimes we're not okay. But, I mean, what can you do? That's it, guys. That's all I have for you today. Always just keep in mind that everyone goes through stuff. I mean, life is not easy. I don't care if you have money. I don't care if you have all the, you have a husband, you have wife, you have kids, you have a huge support system. It's just sometimes people feel they can have everybody, the whole world around them and still feel alone. I want to show the strong boss woman, entrepreneur, but I'm telling you, a lot of times I'm not okay. I wanted to vent a little bit and try to encourage somebody who's wanting to get into this industry, just letting you know that some of the things that you're gonna have to deal with, you're gonna have to make sure that you're on top of, making sure that you have proper protocol in place for when you're taking in loved ones' clothing and other materials or other belongings. And I'm sorry. Pray for one another, take care of one another, love on one another, check on one another. I'm sure there's somebody in your circle that needs your support and your love and your encouragement and would love to hear from you right now. So check up on them. You never know, you could be the one to save their life. Never know. Not saying I'm in any way suicidal or anything like that. That's not that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's people out there that are dealing with a lot, and sometimes it gets to be overwhelming, and that thought does come through their mind or go through their mind, and you might be the person to stop it just because you called on them and checked on them or whatever. You never know. You never know. So that was not what this video was supposed to be about, but yeah, I've cried a little. I've vented, and hopefully I've educated. So I'm gonna get off, and I'm going to finish up my work and get out of here. Till the next time.